Welcome to Underground Graphics, and we got another t-shirt to make here today, but this time it's going to be a heat transfer vinyl. It's something that I found on Facebook, so I thought I'd throw something together and show you guys how to do it. So stick around, stay tuned, and we'll get right to it. As you know, every time I'm going to show you the directions from start to finish on how you do these t-shirts so that everything works out great for you. So, and, you know, nothing gets goofed up, because, you know, there are times when people get a little bit confused on between the heat transfers and then the heat vinyl transfers, which is completely different. So, what we're going to do, let me get my trusty paper here. We're going to go over here. We're going to set this. We're going to set your temperature on your heat press at 330 degrees for 15 seconds. And then on your pressure gauge, you know, for the planting, we're going to set that to medium to firm pressure. So we're going to let this warm up, and then we'll see what we can come up with. Oh, and with the heat transfer vinyl, after your alarm goes off and you know, release the clamp or whatever, you got to let this stuff cool down. You know, just cool to the touch before you peel it off. And, you know, there's been people in the past, they, you know, just pull it off while it's still hot. And sometimes it goofs everything up depending on, you know, what kind of material you're using. So make sure you let that cool down. Just cool to the touch. It's no big deal before you pull it off. So we'll let this warm up real quick, and I'll put you guys on the tripod, and, well, we'll see what we come up with. Alright guys, well, we've got it 330 degrees. Now what we're going to do is press this. We're going to do 3 cycles of 10 seconds to heat this up before we get started. We're going to go 1. We don't have to clamp it, just pull it down for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 'Alright, we'll do this one more time, and then this keeps this warm. It's kind of goofy how you got to deal with the transfer vinyl, but it does make a huge difference. Alright, well, we got that. Now, we're going to take our shirt, put it up here, get it all lined up the best we can, get that centered. You always want to put your collar right off of the edge, because if you're not careful, the way some of the collars are on some of these shirts, it kind of goofs up the way the pressure is. Put that there. That there. Now, make sure we got this right. Or pretty close to it anyway. There. Alright, now, you're always going to want to take your lint brush, or your lint roller, sorry, and just give that a big, now just go across it once or twice or whatever. Make sure you get off any lint or junk or whatever. You're not going to want nothing to get stuck in between your picture. image. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to press this down for 10 seconds. Alright. I think I got that right. There. I know I'm right in your way, huh? Alright, right there. We're going to hold this down for 10 seconds, and again, you don't have to clamp it. Just hold it down, and what that's going to do is going to get rid of any moisture. It's going to flatten out any of the wrinkles or whatever, and that'll be perfect. So hold this down, like I said, for 10 seconds. Alright. And like I've said already, you know, it gets rid of all the moisture that might be in this shirt, and then it flattens out all the wrinkles. So now, we're going to take our image. You can see that there. This is heat transfer vinyl. Alright, you got to use this on a plotter, you know, to cut this. And what you're going to do is go from the collar down, about 4 fingers or so. Something like that. Right. There we go. Alright, just get that centered up or the way you want it there. Let's see here, let's put this up a little bit this way. Oh, something like that. Alright. Oh, something to this effect. Anyway, just lay that down on there. And make sure you use your Teflon sheet. Make sure you use your Teflon sheet. And you can also use construction paper, heavy construction paper. It all works the same. You don't necessarily have to have, you know, the Teflon sheet. Now, we're going to press this for 15 seconds. We're going to let, when the alarm goes off, we're going to release it, pull the Teflon sheet off, let, you know, cool it down to touch, and then we'll peel it. So, let's do this. Alright, just wait for the alarm to go off. And everything should work out perfect. Alright, now, release that. Pull your Teflon sheet off. Let that cool to the touch. Let's see what we came up with. Oh. I got a little issue with this one. Alright, well hold on. See? This is what happens. Now, when you have that happen, we're going to put it down for another 5 seconds. Alright. We'll pull this off of here. Alright, we're going to let this cool down for a minute. And we'll see what we came up with. Not real sure what happened there with that, but never had it happen before. Huh. Alright. Let's let that cool down. You see that? Right on. Alright, well let me peel this off, and then I'll show you the end result. And right here's the end result. And it came out really good. Nothing peeled up. Everything looks perfect. I'm not really sure. Like I said, that was the first time I've ever had to do that a second time. But it's also a different company that I'm trying out, so I don't know if I'm going to be a big fan of that or not. But ultimately, it did come out just fine. You know, that second time around, when I peeled that off, I let it cool completely, peeled it up, and as you've seen, everything turned out perfect. So, but there you have it. I mean, this stuff, I mean, for those of you that don't know, you know, with the vinyl, with the heat transfer vinyl, there's a huge difference when it comes to that and the stock heat transfers that you can buy on the internet that are already made. This stuff here is literally vinyl, and the stock transfers that you would buy that are already made up is actually screen printed. So, and they also use ink. So, you know, from ink to vinyl, huge difference, and a huge difference in the process and how you make it. So, well, there you have it. You know, one more time. Perfect. And then, like I said earlier, set your heat press up, your pressure, medium to firm pressure. Ugh, I can catch some cold, people. 330 degrees on your temperature. Press it for 15 seconds. And before you press it, make sure you do the 3 cycles of, what did I say, 10 to 15 seconds, you know, to warm everything up before you lay your shirt down. Put your shirt down, hold it down for, I don't know, roughly 10 seconds or so. You know, it gets rid of all the moisture, all the wrinkles, and all that kind of stuff. And then you just center your picture where you want it, and then, boom, it's a done deal. So, there you have it, guys. And before I go, I want to welcome all my new subscribers to the channel. I hope you find something, you know, useful or entertaining. I want to thank all my other subscribers that's been around for a while. You know, like I said 100 times before, without you guys, there would be no reason to do what I do. And I want to thank each and every single one of you, plus the you know, all of my other viewers that watch that are not subscribed. You know, there's, you know, a bunch of you out there, and I appreciate you just the same. You know, that's what it's all about. So, alright guys, like I always say, man, any comments, questions, concerns, drop them down below. Alright guys, until next time, take care and stay safe.